Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the hit SCW podcast. Stan Sessions here. Biggest episode we've had yet. We've had Cheese. We've had Shears. But these two are people who, these are people I wanted from the show from the start. We have got the two poster boys of SCW. Effectively, we have got the one and only the Havoc champion Shane Roberts. How are you, Shane?
Yeah, I'm good. Delighted to be on the show. I mean, it's an honor. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I know. And then you're also joined by your other co-guest. He needs no introduction. You hear him on the mic every time he's on. He spits nothing but fire on there. We have got the hot topic, Almir. How are you,
Hey,
mate?
hey. You're a little bit hurt because you announced first Shane, but I will look over that. That's no problem because the money already made up for that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
just
yeah.
head on.
As you're honorary Roberts, I do kind of have to introduce the Roberts first. Yeah. So how are you both anyway?
Like that, good, and hopefully not any dumb questions from you, Stan, because
Hey, this
I,
isn't
I,
a
I
business.
was paid. I was paid for that. I was paid for a good show, but from
Yeah.
what I already saw, it's shit.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Each their own, each their own. So you two, you're both effectively, as I said earlier, the poster boys of SCW. Tell me how that really affects your confidence.
Which one wants
Shane,
to
will
go
you
first?
start?
I'll
Yeah,
start. Yeah,
I
I
said
mean,
both.
Yeah, come
uh,
start.
confidence. You know me. I'm always the confident type. I mean, no matter
Yeah,
who I'm facing, no matter the odds, I always see myself walking out the winner. But to be named poster boy as well and be week in week out on that front cover of Crash Course is just brilliant. I love seeing it.
yeah. And you, Almir?
It was obvious. It was obvious. When I got to Mayhem, it was really obvious. Nobody got the likes like me. Nobody got the looks like me. Nobody can talk like me. So it was obvious that I had to be on a poster.
Yeah, that's completely respectable. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So you two, obviously backstage, we've seen you two interact a lot. Tell us about your friendship together.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, Almir, I got to hand it to the man. He's helped me out a lot, like backstage with my social life, without like outside of wrestling, and just with like mentally and with all this other stuff. He's been there for me. Like, props to the man.
Yeah,
Yeah, what should I say? Huh. I don't want really to get into backstage stuff because that's behind the curtains, that's not in front of cameras. But
yeah,
like he said, we had many talks. We really are close together. We know
yeah.
one another and help, of course, one another.
That's completely fair. I mean, you two. I mean, from you've both got very different backgrounds, but this kind of you two coming together was a bit of a as like a friendship. It was a bit of an odd combination, but
Eh,
we moved. We moved.
Yeah, but I have to say we are not so different as you think. We're
Yeah,
not really not so different as you think. Everybody knows that Cheese left Shane, but I also was so-called raised alone.
yeah.
I left home with early age, and then I had to learn everything on my own, just like Shane. I had little money, just like Shane. So
Mm.
we're not that different as many people think.
That's completely fair. I mean, Alman. So you obviously, whenever we've seen you a lot over the past few months, tell us about what you being able to represent Bosnia does for you.
Bosnia, that's my home country. I have to respect it. I can't say
Yeah,
no, I don't like it. It's just what I now have to live with. It's not the greatest country. It's basically shit government, shit everything. I have to live with it. But I represent it. I show every week that even a Bosnia can do what an American can do, what an UK guy can do, and so on.
Yeah, completely fair. I mean, Shane, obviously, we had your father on the podcast recently. I mean, big man, you know. But so obviously, tell me about what the mean streets of Swansea were like for you.
Oh, that's a lovely question. I mean, everybody sees Swansea as the nice part of Wales. Oh, I would hope you'd see Swansea as the nice part of Wales, because in reality, we all hate Cardiff. But like, yeah, I can't really say there were much faults of me growing up in Swansea. Like, I obviously got in a lot of fights on the streets. I'm well known around there for fighting. But
Yeah,
other than all of that, I mean, growing up there was obviously it's not easy, because most of the time we're homeless, looking for house to house to find somewhere to accommodate ourselves. But other than that, it's not the meanest of place. You'll find people who are willing to help. You'll find people there with a heart of gold, and
yeah.
it's a decent place.
That sounds like a lovely place. Because if you want to really look at Bosnia, it's completely shit. You have to protect yourself. If you don't protect yourself, you will be shot, stabbed, or whatever in the first 5 minutes there. Swansea.
Alma, I think you cut out there.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Sorry, bad studio. So
I didn't
No,
know.
she's
bad
the one who
equipment. She's funded it. It looks like it's bad funding. But where was I?
you were
Yeah.
talking about Bosnia.
Bosnia is shit for if you want to compare to other countries. It's completely shit. The government is shit. The people are shit. The only good thing about Bosnia is maybe the food.
Yeah.
Then, for example, how was it changed? Swansea?
That's correct.
So Swansea. What you described, it sounds like heaven on earth for me. That's really nothing. Fighting every day. That's nothing really.
I mean, we're talking about Wales. It is going to be heaven on earth.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Shane the Cymru Chief can back up Wales all he likes.
I hate that nickname. I hate that so much.
You got to embrace it at some point, Shane.
No, I'll embrace it when you can actually pronounce the word correctly.
Cymru.
Just shut up. Move on with the questions.
All right. Fair enough. So Shane, obviously, you mentioned not really having cheese there when you were growing up. Tell me how you've really found it settling in with him and kind of learning to kind of let bygones be bygones and become united again.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's not been easy. I mean, the first 5 months of SEW, I blanked it. I just acted like I didn't know the guy. Obviously, with all the production, I was on Havoc for most of it, so you didn't see much interaction between me and Cheese. But like, it was only really when I fought him for the SCW championship, I really clicked on how much he means to me and how much that father figure to have there matters.
Yeah.
So then, I mean, we got back into his office after the fight. He apologized for everything. He apologized for leaving. And, it was a bit hard to swallow, take in, and embrace that he's now there. But over time, I've learned, I've settled down. I've understood where he came from, the reasoning behind him leaving, and the inspiration he was to me. Because although he did leave, he was my top inspiration to start wrestling, because you guys knew most people know I started off as a UFC fighter, MMA. But the hopes of once again getting in touch and meeting up with my father again brought me to wrestling, and then we're here today.
Fair enough. Fair
Many,
enough.
many people would say, Shane, you already heard it many times. The opportunities you get.
Hmm?
You already heard it many times. For example, many say your Mayhem championship win is just given as an apology from Cheese for the leaving and so on.
That could be seen as a potential thing, yeah.
I mean, I don't really see that at all. I mean, I worked my ass off to get where I am today, and yeah, so be it. I mean, people say that Cheese handed me everything I've got today, but when you look back at those fights, do you see Cheese in the ring with me? Do you see Cheese fighting my opponent for me? Do you see Cheese in my corner?
No.
But Cheese handles the booking.
Yeah, and I
That's
handle
one
I
thing.
handle the in-ring stuff. Cheese can't win me the matches. Cheese can put me in the matches, but that doesn't mean I'm going to win them.
Yeah, but for example, if you look at other wrestlers, Seidel, for example, they didn't got that greatest booking. They had a good run with Royal Guard, but his booking was really bad. He was left behind, not as pushed as hard as you, for example.
I
Yeah.
mean, there you go. I mean, he still found his way to the top of the ladder, though. Like, we all individually find our different ways to get to success
Yeah.
and to the top, to championships and all this. He found his way to the top, and I don't know if you guys remember that short match between me and Seidel for the World Championship. You know, I've got a
Yeah, I do.
here. It was a 2 out of 3 falls, and I remember before the match, my own dad came up to me and called me an idiot, and then I questioned what I had done, and he said you have accepted a multi-fall match with Seidel, and reminded me about the match he had with Big Gus. It was like what 20 to 9 that I
Yeah,
remember.
something embarrassing. Something
Yeah.
embarrassing.
And then I went out there, shocked the world, and retained my title in a quite dominant 2-0 fashion.
Yeah. That's completely valid. So we'll go from one person who's held many of the golds to you, Alma. Obviously, you've held a few titles. I believe you held the Havoc Hardcore title, but what are you really looking to go to that, like the big title opportunities in season 3? Because obviously you were supposed to have that Mayhem title opportunity, and then Gus attacked you, and things kind of slipped away. But what are you expecting to get to that title opportunity soon?
I don't think so. I will not get the title opportunity. Just look at the episodes with Tim in it. You hear what he says.
Yeah,
Fuck you, Almir. I hope you lose, and so on. So I really don't think Tim has the capabilities. He wants to push Joe. That's also just dumb. Then other people, Seidel, for example, main eventing every mayhem till now.
Jesus.
So I don't really think Tim has the capabilities to book mayhem, to book a great show. Warzone, it was developmental. Warzone, it was for the rookies, so it doesn't really matter what happened on Warzone. But mayhem is now how the people call the big league.
Yeah.
So
I
he
mean,
has. Hmm?
No, you carry on. Sorry.
So he has to think straight, not push the people he likes, push the people who bring the numbers, push the people who talk. There are not many people. I am maybe the only one at Mayhem currently who talks. I am the one with the nice press conference you probably heard and so on. But
Yeah.
he likes to push other people to push the people he likes the most.
Yeah, I mean, are you going to address that problem with him on the mic maybe someday?
Already did it on a first episode. Maybe on the next one. Who knows?
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, Shane, you're obviously a Mayhem veteran, but obviously currently you're on the other side of the spectrum. You're on Crash Course currently. Tell me about how you've really adapted to that kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, Crash Course. Wow, it's people see it as like the less superior show, the less
The
important
B show.
show.
The
Yeah,
B show, how to call it.
that's a good term. But really, it's not. I mean, I've been treated amazingly whilst being over there. I know I was one person who was moved to try get the views and the ratings up for
Yeah.
Crash Course, and I feel like I've helped a lot with that. But Crash Course shows they're top tier. I mean, some of the matches you'll see on there. I've got to give a big shout out to LC and Bob Caldwell. Them two tag team in brilliant matches. I've watched backstage. Like,
Yeah.
I've had a few problems with LC in my past. Used to tag with them, but things didn't go the way we expected. But credit where credit's due. LC can put on really good matches, and props to Joseph for actually putting those matches together.
Fair enough. I mean,
Yeah.
I've certainly felt the wrath of you two as a tag team when you assault me.
What? Wait, huh? Assaulted?
Yeah.
Whoa! I've never.
Whatever, Trevor.
No, I'm Shane. Trevor's my best mate.
Be quiet. Be quiet.
I'm sorry. Are you telling me to be quiet?
No, my kind Chief. I would
Yeah,
never.
yeah.
I'd
Watch
never-
your
Yeah.
mouth. Keep running the show.
Yeah, Stan wants to have the big balls now. Be careful, Shane.
I'm a trampoline. I'm a trampoline world heavyweight champion. Thank you very much. Okay, I beat Trampoline Tom. Okay, have you ever done that, Shane?
Who?
Who?
Trampoline Tom,
Who?
Acrobatic Aaron.
Who?
Both.
What are those local people?
Trampoline Wrestling Federation veterans.
You made it all up on point now.
I did not.
That was actually-
I did.
That's on
That was
point
really
now.
clever. That was really clever. Like Acrobat Aaron. What a brilliant name. I wouldn't have thought of that in like.
They're
on the
real.
spot
They're
like you
real
did.
people.
What
They're
for
real people. I swear
people?
down.
What for real people? Come on, let be
Yeah.
honest. You just want to say you have the big balls now. Want to show that you're better than us, but you
mean-
aren't.
Okay, but I do run these streets. Okay, I do run these streets.
Stan, didn't we step in the ring at the performance center? I mean, like for a little spa match.
Guys, this is getting. Come on, guys, we're
Right,
going
yeah,
a bit off topic.
Keep the
anyway.
show going. Keep the show going.
Yeah, we're going a bit off topic there. So anyway, you both have some similar past. Well, obviously, like you mentioned earlier, but you two have also faced a lot of the similar people. I mean, Shane, you lost to Ado in King of the Ring, Almir's cousin, and obviously you two have both fought Gus in recent times. Tell me about how you've kind of both faced these people and how you've approached it differently.
Well,
Let me start now.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
First with Gus. Already everybody knows the rivalry with title changes, interruptions, and so on. For me,
Yeah.
it was easy. You saw the match. I put on everything. One code breaker, then another, and other. Fuck
Mhm.
this equipment. Then two sharpshooter, and then he tapped out. I am the only one in this whole roster who made Gus tap.
Yeah.
So that's really nobody can say he tapped out Gus, the monster, the big man. And with Ado, well, I had two fights with him. One was at the beginning with the Hardcore Championship, where I won, and then the second time was again for a Hardcore Championship in my defense, and I lost there. But I have to say, I also didn't give 100% in that match because I wanted Otto to have also the success that I had there.
Yeah. Shane, what have you got to say about facing Ado and Gus
I
in your
mean,
past?
yeah, in the past. I mean, God, I don't really like the topic of the past, considering the future. But
Yeah.
first, starting off with Gus, I've actually met the guy in the ring 3 different times. The first time in the semi-finals of the first ever King of the Ring. It was a triple threat, me, him, Austin Storm. I remember I pinned Austin Storm, and then I got up, and I was too shocked at the moment, and I got caught in the Gus lock he used to use. It was like a full Nelson hurt lock.
Yeah.
I remember passing out to that, and then him pinning me.
Yeah.
Second meeting with him was for the Mayhem title, where, come on, you can say submitting Big Gus is a reward, an accolade.
Yeah.
But that big monster, I kept his shoulders down for a 3.
True.
A lot of people have done that,
But tapping out is more embarrassing because he gives up. He just gives up. He has to end the match.
exactly why I don't like tapping, and have never seen done.
Didn't you tap to Gus on Minutes to Midnight?
I did not. He locked me in a guillotine, and I sat
But
there. until he let go.
you tap to Crow, Shane.
Yeah, okay, that's look.
You tap there, 100%. Nobody can deny that. You tap there.
Different.
You wanted to end the match.
It was the first blood match. It was different.
You still tap though.
That's of course, it's different when you tap. But when other people tap, no,
it was a first blood match. I knew
right.
Tapping. If I tapped, it wouldn't have ended the match, so it was all right.
It was too much for you, Shane. It was just too much for you. You had to tap.
Nothing's too much.
I sense you guys getting a little bit heated here.
No.
No.
Just get back.
It's a discussion. It's a discussion.
That's fair. So, do you two ever hope to link up in the ring one day, or
I've always had hopes of what's it called, meeting Almir as the opposite side of the ring. I mean, we've always teased it about how good the match would be, and obviously he'd say he'd win, I'd say I'd win. We don't know.
Yeah.
We haven't met each other in the ring. We haven't been given the opportunity. I've always been higher up the card than Almir, so I haven't had to stoop to his levels and fight him yet. But
scoop.
Well, I wouldn't say stoop.
You're funny.
Almir is climbing up.
It was interesting. We were both on Mayhem for many weeks. We were both on Mayhem and never had a match against one another.
No.
And then all of a sudden, without a reason, you suddenly got changed to Crash Course. So are you running away?
Hey, like I said, I moved to help the views. I moved to get the ratings up.
Fair enough. I believe we have time for maybe one more question. Obviously, we'll go to Shane for this one because I've asked everyone who's come on the pod so far. Who do you guys see in season 3 being the rising star, the future of SCW in season 3?
Come on. You can't ask the question of who will be the future of SCW when the future is sat right in front of you.
Yeah, thank you, Shane. You don't have to
come on.
talk about me like that.
Yeah. I mean, Shane, although you've not had the most flawless run so far on Crash Course. I mean, you did lose to a 40-something-year-old man in the name of Ghoul.
Yeah, but it's not my fault that he no-sold my super kick. I'm gonna keep on about this because I was tuning up the band, and then all of a sudden he's in my face. Like, who does that?
Yeah.
But for example, look at my career. What did Cheese said? He said Rico would be the future star, and I have beaten him. I have beaten him with Gus with a tap out. He's not nothing. I have beaten him. I showed Cheese that Rico is not prepared to be a big star right now. He should still be at the bottom, and Mayhem title he can forget this season. Maybe next season, who knows what happens? But for this season, Rico is down under, and the only one who really is going to be the future, the hot topic, is Almir. Very funny,
well,
Shane. Shane, you had your time.
It's
Well,
still my time. You think this is up for me? Not quite.
no, you had your time. It's done.
Shane, well,
You're now in the mid card fighting with the Havoc Championship.
And
Had
your
a
championship
fight.
is, and your championship where? I don't see one on your chest or around your waist or over your shoulder right now.
I should have already beaten Brian Douglas, but I got taken out and didn't got a chance.
well, Zach Seidel's
I didn't. Yeah, he got my chance. He did not fight an opportunity title match or so. He just took mine.
enough.
So, and then I also didn't get the push like you. You were pushed to the main event after fighting a referee, fighting Mark. But
Main event of fighting a ref. Oh, that is brilliant. I loved fighting Mark. Mark's a good guy.
a good guy. I don't think so. Mark is a good guy.
not
He
at
screwed
all.
me. He screwed me over many times. Example, the Jesse fight I had. I pinned him down for 10 seconds, and Mark was running against the commentary. Don't know, celebrating with cheese or so.
Fair.
It's probably
All right,
actually
guys.
a rematch.
I believe that Shane, obviously, you've hyped up Nathan Thunder. Is he someone you're looking to be at the top?
Oh, me not hyping up Nathan Thunder. I mean, I've trained with the guy. I've trained Nathan Thunder. He's shown good heart in the performance center when I've been, challenging him to push harder and harder and like go the next step in the training, and he's done it without a doubt. So I would like to see. I'd like to see him do well. Yeah.
He done it one time, but it's getting praised like he won many fights against many high people. Why is that so? What do you guys see in Nathan? That's the interesting part.
What do I see in him? I've been the one who has I've trained him. I haven't seen. Yeah, I've met him in the ring, and I obviously got eliminated due to I could barely walk to the ring that night. We won't get into that. But yeah, I've trained with Nathan. I've seen the potential he has. That's all I really got to say.
Yeah, you see the potential. I don't see anything in him, really. I don't know why he got the cage championship fight. I really don't know, but he's now there, so can't really say anything about it. I think he's too pushed now. It will overwhelm him, and he will just lose it all.
It's debatable. We're still yet to really see much of him. That's been the final question for you guys. Thank you both for joining me. Obviously, the hot topic, Almir, and the Camry team. Everyone, give it up for them. Yeah, thank you guys for coming on the pod with me. It's always
the money was good. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Without the money, I wouldn't be at that show.
Hey, Almir,
because what is the name? What is the name? Stan says. Oh, so yeah, I already posted it on Twitter. What a stupid name that was, and so on. And the equipment, you already heard the equipment, how it cut off just my mic.
I didn't notice. I was sat next to you. To be fair, I didn't notice your mic went out.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining me on the episode. Episode 4 coming out next week. Obviously, great show tonight. Next week, I believe we have Jazz and we have Chloe, hopefully. Yeah, thank you all for joining me, and that'll be it.